What's going on? Let me open some windows and shit. Open some windows, get some light in this motherfucker. Open some windows, get some light up in here. Y'all probably can't hear me shit because I got this on. There we go. Y'all can hear me. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the wonderful world of the DFS live show. I am your host with the most now. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up? How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm great. We're going to get right into this as soon as I get some water because I'm dehydrated. Hold up. Y'all know what I hate. Like, I'm a fan of room temperature water. Like, I'm totally okay with that. But like, if I'm feeling a cold water in the fridge, and I know I put waters in the fridge, and then I go check the fridge and they're all gone because my girlfriend downed them, it's a little frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta have the room temperature when I want cold. What's up, Cam? Hey, well, Vincent, what's up, man? Joey Rigsby, what's up? All right, so we're gonna get right into this, man. Why not? Hope everybody can hear me okay. Last time I used this headset, the vocals sounded real clear, so I'm just going to do it like this. Doesn't make any difference to me. As long as y'all can hear me all right. Hey, with Vincent, yes, sir. Let's get this paper. Let's do it. Niles King, what's up, man? All right, so let's get straight into the slate. I posted, I had Uncle Craig post on Twitter that I was going live. My dude Cam, let's kill it today. Yes, sir. All right, man, we've been super hot, so we got to keep that going. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at weather first things first. Let's take a look at weather and see if there's any issues that we're going to really be worried about. I'm not thinking any postpone risk is going on today. None of the games look postpone worthy. There could be a postponement in Minnesota or Cleveland, the Mets, or Baltimore, but we don't want pitching from any of those anyways. Unless you were considering the Cleveland pitcher at an okay price, but I don't think you should. Texas has plenty of lefties that can match that dude, so I wouldn't play that pitcher anyways. So none of the spots that we want pitching is going to have an issue, all right? And either way, nothing's going to be postponed, so we're completely good. Keep up the good work. Yes, sir. What's good, Cam? Streaking. Yes, sir. Elsie. Jay, what's up? How much do you bet daily? It depends how much time I get. Like, a lot of times I'll forget to reserve my spots, so I'll be stuck with whatever's left over. And I won't, I worry more about making sure everything's put on the site. And then once everything's on the site and everything's official, I'll go do my own. And if I forgot to reserve or whatever, then no. But normally I'll play exactly what I promote y'all to play, which is single entry double ups. That's exactly what I will play too. I don't go play mass enter GPPs. I don't put a shit ton of money in. I play pretty much what most of y'all are going to be playing, which is single entry double ups. So I'll join the single entry 25 that everybody should be playing. What do I mean by reserve? Reserve your spot in contests. Like, for instance, when you wake up in the morning, you should go on Draftkings, go to the double ups, single entry double ups, and reserve your spot because they fill up throughout the day. So you want to reserve your spot. You don't have to put a lineup in. You just reserve the contest so that once everything's posted on Greenlight DFS or once you have your lineup ready, you go on and put it in pretty quickly and then you get to it. But I'll bet probably about 250, 300 probably, about normal to what my people will play because I'm only playing single entry double ups like I promote y'all to play. So I'm not going crazy. I'm doing exactly what I would expect y'all to do, and I'm growing my bankroll slowly but surely for NBA season, NFL season. I'm the type of dude, y'all know me, man. I'm the type of dude who, like, I've been telling y'all single entry double ups, so that's exactly what I do myself. I'm not going to go do things that I don't tell y'all to do. How many man contests? I try to do the largest single entry double ups that I can possibly do because the squad is a big group. So we want a big contest to where our squad can fit because we are a big group. So you want to go with like 500 or more. You want to do the single entry double ups with 500 or more people in them. Keep up the good work. Yes, sir, Trotter Melvin. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. All right, so we touched on weather. There's no issues. You're all good. And let's talk about stacks. Top two stacks, Boston and New York, man. I totally agree with Vegas on this slate. Definitely love Boston and New York. I'm leaning Boston over New York, even though New York has the better hitter environment. I do like New York, don't get me wrong. But Boston's going against Mike Montgomery, okay? Now, here's the thing. I did some more breaking down among these two offenses because by far they have the best matchups. And when you look at Mike Montgomery, it's pathetic, especially versus lefties. Like a lot of people might not play Devers in their stacks, but Devers is a great play because he hits lefties okay, and he's going against a pitcher who's really bad versus lefties. But righties slug him too. This dude does not strike people out. He gives up a ton of hard contact. Like, so yeah, Boston's definitely the stack I would go to. I would go Betts, Devers, Bogarts, JD, and Sam Travis. Those are my favorite guys from there. All right. Let's take a look at the New York Yankees. All right, so the New York Yankees, Torres exited the game last game, so we're not exactly sure if he's going to miss or not. I heard he did travel to Baltimore, but I don't know if they're going to risk their new, like, one-day superstar. I don't know if they will. I think they might hold him off. So he might not be in the lineup, so pay attention to that. But guys that stick out to me here are both sides of the plate, righties or lefties. Mainly lefties, because to lefties he gives a huge fly ball rate, but that's not going to get me off of Aaron Judge. DJ LeMahieu, Judge, Torres if he's in, Gregorius. I love all those guys. I love Brett Gardner. I like Mike Tauchman, batting ninth most likely. He hits righties very, very well. This is a very hitter-friendly ballpark, y'all. Okay, I've mentioned it a million times, a very hitter-friendly ballpark, so. His dad says he's okay. Okay, so he might not miss either way. Love Spencer Turnbull tonight. Only issue, I'm not sure exactly if they're going to have a leash on Spencer. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to look out for. What's up, bro? Kyle, what's up, man? Big win today. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Pittsburgh pitcher is trash. I think Milwaukee's a good stack. They are. Milwaukee's a solid GPP stack, especially the lefties. Mike Moustakas. If Travis Shaw's in the lineup, he's going to be super cheap to get in there. Yeah, Yasmani Grandal. The lefties of Milwaukee are in a great spot for sure. What's good, homie? Big Hova. What's up, man? What's up? Let me ask y'all this while y'all have y'all ever tried CBD before? Have y'all ever tried CBD before? Part of the marijuana plant that does not get you high, right? What's up, Tweezy baby? What's up? Kayla Martin, Morton or Giolito in cash? I would go Morton. You could spend out for both though if you really want to get a stack. So, anyways, speaking of the CBD, real quick, this shit has been a lifesaver for me because I don't smoke THC anymore. I don't fuck with THC like that. Out of nowhere, like 2 years ago when I quit smoking, I was getting like bad. Like it was never a comfortable high anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped doing it. Like THC trips me out. I don't like it. So I went to CBD, right? I started doing CBD mainly when Greenlight DFS started going up and I was getting more stress on me and I was working a whole bunch and I was just stressed the fuck out and like overworking myself. I started CBD and the shit is amazing. Like if you're stressed out, whatever, it's legal. You know what I'm saying? The other day I went to a CBD store down the street and they actually have CBD flower now, which I wasn't even aware of. Like it looks like actual weed. You roll it up like normal, except it's CBD. It's not THC. It smells and looks like marijuana, so I wouldn't drive in the car with it. But you smoke it and you literally just get the relaxation and the stress relief from it, but you don't get high in any way. You go about your business, and that shit has been amazing for me, man. Amazing. Anyway, Cam, the contest that you post on YouTube, do you actually play in that exact contest? The contest that I post? Oh, no. I just enter the top one that I see. I just go in real quick. I click on the top one, and then I just do my video. So, no. Are you paying up for pitchers or spending on bets? So, that's tough. That's tough. So there's a few ways you can go. You can go Charlie Morton, and then you can spend down for like Porcello, or you can go all the way down to Fetty versus San Francisco. That's the best pitching environment of the day, by the way. Very pitcher-friendly ballpark. It's cold. Speaking of which, I want to go to San Francisco so bad. It's so hot out here. I want to go to San Fran again so bad. But anyway, so yeah, you can go Morton and Porcello or Fetty, or you could go Porcello, Fetty together and get all the bats you want. So that's kind of what spending the rest of the day on is what's going to be my task to figure out which way it is going to be. I love Boston. I love New York, and both teams cost a lot. Aaron Judge is stupid price, so you got to put Aaron Judge in. Sam Travis is a lock for me on the Boston side because he's what, 35, 36? Don't have it at the top of my head, but 35, 36 for Sam Travis, a Boston bat, lefty righty. Hell yeah. So lock in Aaron Judge, lock in Sam Travis, and then try to, if you go Charlie Morton, you're not going to have the money to get like Betts, JD, Bogarts, the favorite Boston bats. So you're probably going to need to go Porcello, Fetty if you want to go all of them. Sam Travis 3-4, yeah. So if you want to go all of them, all of the bats, I would go Porcello and Fetty. Need a first base. Brandon Belt at 3-1 is too cheap to me, especially like if you're going Charlie Morton. Brandon Belt at first base is too cheap to me. Way too cheap. Travis is a fave tonight. Yeah, Travis is a great option. I would lock him in pretty much. No anxiety like regular weed. Flower taste looks. Yeah, man, CBD's sick, bro. Cam, drop some of that dope insight for Fanduel. Yes, sir. All right, so let's take a look at Fanduel real quick. See what the move is over there. See if we should pay up for a pitcher or we should pay down. Bats are always normally a better price over here. So over here we have Mookie Betts at 4.3, JD at 4.2. So these guys are reasonable prices over here. It's not too crazy. It just all comes down to what pitcher you want. And on FanDuel, you want to get that pitcher right first and foremost. So Charlie Morton, I like over Giolito. Okay, obviously I've talked about that. I just like Charlie Morton over Giolito. Giolito's proven he can get blown the hell up. I don't care that he's cheaper than Morton on FanDuel. It's only what, 300. So Luis Castillo is more than Morton. So I would go on FanDuel. I would either go Morton or Porcello, or I'd go Fetty at 5.8 and stack up all your bats. Most of the time on FanDuel, there's really no need to spend all the way down. I would probably go Morton. I think you can probably get all the bats you want that way. Let's look at the value bats that we got here. We got Aquino for Cincinnati, batting fourth in this order. That's too good at bare minimum 2,000. So he's a lock on FanDuel. You need to get Aquino from Cincinnati. Was Aristides or whatever. I shouldn't even try that. But yeah, that dude's good value. Eric Thames is only 2.5 over here. Agrazal struggles versus lefties. So Moustakas, Thames, Grandal, Yelich, like all the lefties are in great spots here. Another team that I'm interested in is Chicago, kind of, because the weather is blowing out. Okay, and in Chicago, as we know, when the wind's blowing out, that's good for home runs. You get a bump to home runs during that. So I don't love the matchup against Bassett, but Bassett does tend to give a high fly ball rate. Okay, so he struggles to keep the ball on the ground, and that the wind could catch it in Chicago and pull it out. So I do like some of these Chicago bats, and they seem too cheap. Like Chris Bryant's too cheap. Schwarber's cheap. Baez seems fairly cheap. But anyways, on FanDuel. So yeah, Eric Thames at first, Aquino. Get those two in and then work from there. So there we go. Put Aquino and Thames in. That gives you all the value, and then you could probably get some Boston and New York from there. So that's probably the way I would go. What's the high five right now? It's the same as it was in the video as of right now. I do want to put Sam Travis in there, though. For sure. Yelich and Arcia combined for 80 DraftKings points versus Pittsburgh on June 1st. Do you like them tonight? I like Milwaukee in general for GPPs, for sure. Travis or Thames? I'd probably go Travis. What's their price difference on FanDuel? 2.4 compared to 2.5. Yeah, I'd go Travis because I want Boston for sure. Boston stack for cash? Yes. Moustakas too cheap. Yeah, Moustakas is too cheap over on DK. For sure. Over on FanDuel, let me verify his price over on FanDuel. I love Moustakas. That was one of the guys I was like, I need to make sure I mention while I'm in the video. He's 3.5 over here. Justin Turner's only 3K. Jeez. So yeah, at third base, I like Moustakas the most, or you can go with Justin Turner as well, who mashes righties, by the way. So don't be mad that he's righty lefty. I'm not going under 7K for pitcher. It's garbage down there. It's very bad down there. The only guy that I would even consider is Fetty because it's in San Francisco, pitcher-friendly ballpark, and it's very cold. So it's the best pitcher weather. Okay, so Fetty's the only one I would consider. If you can possibly get the studs like Giolito and Morton together, then cool. Or Morton and Porcello is probably the ideal route that I'm looking at right now. That's what I'm really hoping for. But it's going to be tough. Like, top stacks is Boston and New York, and both teams are expensive. So obviously, look at both rosters when the rosters come out. Get the cheapest ones. You know what I mean? Get the cheapest bats that you can in the Boston-New York game, and then go from there. Fetty is garbage. I know, guys. We talk about this a lot. Like, sometimes when I'll promote a cheap pitcher, it's not because I think the dude's good. Okay, I don't think he's good. He is garbage. That's why he's priced in the 5K range. Okay, we don't need much at that price. And going against San Francisco, they're just not a good offense. You know what I mean? I do like some San Francisco bats. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Belt. I do like Crawford. But Fetty's super cheap. So he's a solid value play if you want to play him to get some of those bats in. I'm fine with that. That's fine. What's good, Cam? Just got here. Any random homers today? Well, I'll touch on the home runs in a little bit. Chris Davis at 3-1. Can't believe it, man. He's a good player. I haven't seen any of the game. I'm done with Chris Davis until he steps up a little bit. I'm done with Chris Davis for show. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. If you're watching right now and you hate your boy, drop a dislike. It's all good. Drop something. But yeah, Boston, New York is the plan. Okay, Boston, New York is the plan. The best Boston bet to do, okay, is Sam Travis, because he gives you a Boston bet in a good part of the order, most likely. We don't know yet, but he's projected for what, 5th? And he's the best bat. Like, he's the one I would must get in, right? And then obviously you want Betts, you want JD, and you want Bogarts. Those guys are great. Also, people are going to sleep on Devers because it's lefty-lefty. But breaking it down a little bit, this dude that Boston's facing, Montgomery, struggles bad versus lefties. Damn, cuz you said 3 on your video. I thought you live in Texas. I do live in Texas. Devers doesn't exactly crush lefties, but he's a solid option in the stack because he hits lefties okay, and this Montgomery dude can't stop lefties. So, and we know Devers is going to be solid in the order. So, eventually, Chris Davis will get back to his old self. Eventually, he will. I haven't been playing him much though. Hey, is Romain for the Yankees too much at 3-9? Yes, I'm not going Romain at 3-9. What you thinking at second base? So at second base, let me put Draftkings back up. I have Fanduel up. At second base, what I'm thinking right now is it's one of those tougher positions, to be honest with you, but I'm leaning Mike Moustakas at second base. I'm leaning Mike Moustakas. Obviously, if you have the money and Torres is in the lineup batting high in the order, then I'm fine with Torres as well if you're stacking. But yeah, Mike Moustakas. Favorite outfield play is Sam Travis. I think Kansas City can tee off here versus Porcello. Kansas City has a park upgrade, and I can see Dozier and Soler possibly hitting bombs tonight. So here's the thing: if Dozier and Soler do hit home runs versus him tonight, I don't even care. He can give up a few home runs. But he's also not a guy that I'm not expecting him to dominate, but I'm expecting him to get enough at the price to pair with Morton to be fine. Yes, he could get blown up, though, so it's scary. All of these things, under Giolito and Morton, you're taking a risk. Giolito, Morton, or Castillo, those 3 guys are great pitchers. Outside of them, everybody sucks. Okay, so it's really, pitching is really where you got to focus on getting right today. And right now I'm leaning Porcello Morton. Obviously, I'm going to spend a lot of time from here until lock studying pitching to make sure I get those pitchers right, man, because obviously you want Boston, New York, but get your pitching right has always been the important part. Remember, I've always told you that. Like, don't sit here and be like, okay, I have to get in this stack and I'm going to sacrifice my pitching for it. In GPP, you can do that. In cash games, I wouldn't sacrifice pitching. Get your pitching right. What about Tony Kemp at second base with the wind blowing out at Wrigley as a cheap value? Yeah, Tony Kemp's fine. That's for first base. I love Brandon Belt at first place. He sticks out to me mainly because of that price. He's pretty much free. That's just ridiculous. Matt Olson, I do like some Oakland guys versus Hendricks. Some Oakland guys. Matt Olson is one of them. Lefty righty matchup, only 3.9. This dude's got crazy power. Rizzo's only 100 more. I like Rizzo in the Chicago game. I told you, wind's blowing out in Chicago. That helps out hitters a lot for home run ability. So Rizzo's great, and then Aguilar's great. So I like Aguilar batting fourth at 3.3. He's been hitting the ball very well. I like Rizzo, and I like Belt and Olson. Belt is my top option, though, at only 3-1 against Fetty. We talked about Fetty's not good. The only reason I like Fetty a little bit is because he's super cheap, and he's like a solid punt guy. Savelli going to be a Hall of Fame pitcher tonight? Savali? No, I don't think so. He's a righty going against the Rangers, who have some great, powerful lefties, and they're in Cleveland, which is a hitter-friendly park for left-handed bats. So it's definitely scary for him, for sure, because mainly I target Texas with left-handed pitchers because they strike out a ton versus lefties. But versus righties, these lefties can get to him, especially in Cleveland, where that right side of the field is so in. You know what I mean? It's so easy to pull one over there. Like, if I played baseball, I'm a lefty. For anybody who didn't know, I'd fucking smack home runs in Cleveland, man. Pivot stacks from New York, Boston. So stacks that I've been landing on a lot outside of them are Chicago and Milwaukee. Those are the two that I've been interested in, sprinkled in with it. You can get some cheap San Francisco guys if you want to sprinkle in against Fetty. If you're not going Fetty, you can definitely go Belt, Crawford. Love Avila at home tonight at catcher. Avila's always seems to be fairly solid. He always could hit a home run. Trout or Judge? Judge. Trout's going against Castillo, which I hate having the pick between the two because Trout's just a better player in general. He's the best player in the entire major leagues. But honestly, for today, with the savings, Aaron Judge. How about Hayward and Schwarber? I'm fine with both of them. Like I said, I like Chicago guys. They seem too cheap today. They do seem too cheap with that wind blowing out. So they're good guys to sprinkle in. Cubs, Reds, Milwaukee are my top stacks outside of Boston, New York. Yeah, so I'm with you on Cubs, Milwaukee. Outside of that, a lot of people going to Judge today because of his home run yesterday, and he's been cold. But you never know today. You don't know. The thing is what you go off of is you know who Judge is, right? So he's a really strikeout prone power hitter. That is what it is. He's facing a horrible Baltimore pitcher. On top of that, a horrible Baltimore bullpen. They're in Baltimore, a huge park upgrade. New York's a hitter-friendly park too, but Baltimore's even more. Okay, so that's why that he's in play. Are you paying up for bets? If I have the money, I want them. I want bets. I want Martinez if I can get them. I'm not thinking I'm going to be able to get them, though, if I'm wanting to spend up at pitching and not risk like crazy and go like Fetty, Porcello together. But like I said, I'm totally fine if you're playing GPPs, put Porcello and Fetty together, stack up Boston and sprinkle in New York and hope for the best. What pitchers do you fit with a New York Boston stack? I'm gonna try to get as many as I can with Morton and Porcello. But if you're gonna full stack both those teams, you're gonna have to go Fetty, Porcello, most likely. Best catcher tonight is Vasquez. I like Vasquez. He mashes lefties. He's a good catcher. Most of the time, I'll spend down at catcher. I don't really love spending up for catcher. I'll probably spend down as much as I possibly can. Best shortstop, not Bogarts. Probably Baez. I talked about that wind blowing out in Chicago, man. I like Baez. Cam, let's be real. You are definitely boys with players in the MLB. They definitely text you before the game and tell you when you feel good and when they feel like crap. I wish, bro. I wish. I don't have any MLB friends, but I do have NFL friends. I do have NFL friends, but I do not have MLB friends, actually. Do I? No. No, I don't. I wish, dude. Morton, Turnbull, Avila, Aguilar. So GPP only, my man, Kenneth. I've been getting hit with a lot of walks on my batters. I feel like I'm picking batters that pitchers know they'll hit, so they walk them. don't put too much merit on it. So I totally understand where you're coming from. Sometimes you'll pick, like, for instance, like Mike Trout or something, and they'll intentionally walk him the entire game. That could happen at any moment, yes, okay? But you don't want to put too much merit in that and think about that too much. Because the one time you decide, okay, I'm not going to play this dude because people walk him, he's going to hit 2 home runs, and you're going to be like, damn, it's going to be Nelson Cruz. You're going to be like, oh, they're going to walk him, and he hits 3 home runs in the game, and you're screwed. You know what I mean? Home run predictions. Yeah, we'll get to home run predictions in a few minutes, and then we'll roll out of here. Cam, does your girl know you bought that new headset? I've had this headset. I just never used it. I have had this headset. I just never used it. But after watching, like, I watched the last video for a little bit, like the last live I did, and the vocals come through so much clearer. I just wanted to make sure you guys can hear me all right. And I'm more comfortable. I can, like, sit back. I can stand all the way back here, and y'all can still hear me all right. You know what I'm saying? So I can move around a little bit, be a little more comfortable instead of just sitting still the whole time. Thoughts on the late games? Okay. So if you're just going to be playing the late games only, let me take a look at this. So obviously you have Fetty pitching. The pitching on this is not good. I don't like pitching in this late slate. I'd probably go Samardzija and Fetty in that San Francisco game. Both are in just the best environment by far. It's going to be cold there. It's just good for good for pitching. I would go both of them. I don't like the slate in general. I don't know why you'd play night only. Love Yelich tonight. Yeah, lefties for Milwaukee. So Eric Thames, Moustakas, Yelich, Grandal. These guys are all in. All right. Moustakas is one of my favorite second basemen. I talked about that before. Tampa Bay best value stack of the night. Kyle, thank you for bringing that up. So I mentioned Aguilar earlier. I agree. I think Tampa Bay is a solid value stack today. They're too cheap. Aguilar's a good price. He's been hitting the ball well. So what about bats for the late night? So that's where it gets tough, because I would probably play Fetty in the night slate, but yet I would want some San Francisco bats. So that's where it would be tough, honestly. I don't know. I mean, obviously you're not playing cash games on the night slate. You're going for GPP only. So if you're doing that, I would pay down. I would go Fetty, and I would go maybe somebody else, Fetty and Samardzija, and then just go for the bats you want, because you're obviously playing GPP on the night slate. They don't have good double ups. Steal the night, Scooter Gennett at 2.6 on DK. That's super cheap. Is he really 2.6 on DK? I didn't even notice that. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, Fetty might get 2Ks. I get it. Guys, just remember, I'm not telling you play Fetty because Fetty's the best pitcher of all time, okay? Fetty is horrible. He's horrible. In no way am I saying Fetty's good. All right? Drop a like down below if Fetty is horrible. Right now, if Fetty is a horrible pitcher, drop a like down below. But also drop a like down below if he's super cheap. Okay? Drop a like down below if Fetty sucks, and drop another like if he's you can't drop 2 likes unless you go to another account and do it if you have multiple accounts or something. Drop a like down below if Fetty sucks. Okay? We all know Fetty sucks. If I could drop a like down below, I would. But he's cheap, man. He's cheap. That's it. He's cheap. That's the only reasoning. You got stacks like New York and Boston on the slate. In GPP, you're going to want those guys because Boston and New York, one of those 2 offenses is going to be the highest scoring offense of the slate. Okay? And in GPP, you want the right stack. You want home runs. You need those double dongs. Okay? And Fetty can give you the double dong ability because you're not going to afford a double dong not having Fetty. You know what I mean? If Fetty gets a positive 10 points, exactly. Like if Fetty happens to get 10 and your bats go off, you're going to be ecstatic. Cubs lefties with wind blowing out. Love Cubs, guys. They're cheap today. Cheap second baseman. Scooter Gennett was just brought up to my attention at super cheap. I actually was looking at Moustakas more, but now that I see Gennett's only 2.7, yes. So Gennett. Is Minnesota a good hitter's park? There's been a lot of runs in that park recently. It's okay. It's kind of like middle of the road. It's kind of mid-range-ish. But yeah, home runs have been belted there, especially by Minnesota, who have more home runs than any other team in the entire league. What two pitchers do you like for cash games tonight? Morton and Porcello is my favorite pairing of the night, probably. Pairing those two is probably not going to get you a full stack of Boston and New York. Sprinkling where you can. So Aaron Judge is a good price. Sam Travis is a good price. Maybe you can get JD. Maybe you can get a few others. You're not going to be able to full stack them, but bro, I ain't lying. I almost gave up on MLB until I started listening to Cam. My luck turned around. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, bro. I'm glad I could help, man. I love MLB. MLB is one of those sports where, like, if you don't put the work in, you're gonna suck majority of the time. Like, that's what helps me to be a little more, there's so many providers in the game now, and they don't understand that if you don't fucking do a million fucking research on MLB, you're not going to be successful on a consistent basis. So I can just outwork them pretty easily in MLB. So I love MLB. It gives me the edge in MLB. A good DFS player can admit his mistakes and learn, grow from them. Of course. Of course, man. Which bat you like from the Giants? Brandon Belt is too cheap. Scooter Gennett. Thank you for bringing him up to me, by the way. I would have found him anyway, but I didn't realize that he was that cheap. I didn't realize that. So Belt, Gennett, Crawford. I love those dudes. I love the lefties. How about Dodgers pitchers do you like? Honestly, I haven't considered them too much, to be completely real with you. Gonzalez against St. Louis. He is a righty versus a righty heavy St. Louis team at only 7,000. I think he could end up being okay. He could end up being just fine. Yeah, I wouldn't fault you for playing him. What's up, big bro? What's up, man? I want to see where I am by the end of basketball season. Hope to make about 5K by then. That'd be what's up, man. That's always the plan. It's just to stack up before NBA and NFL start. And we got both of them coming up, man. We have NFL and NBA coming up, man. It's going to get hectic. I need to take like a vacation before those two start. It's going to be hectic. Last year, I took a vacation. I was in Hawaii when NFL started, I believe. Or was it after NFL started? Before NBA, I went to Hawaii last year. I believe we went on like a long-ass streak while I was out there. Everybody was telling me to stay in Hawaii. I wish. Braves righties versus Odorizzi. Braves are fine. Lefties are great too. Like McCann has a amazing BVP. Great history versus Odorizzi. McCann. So GPPs. I like him. That's Colton, Craig. That's my brother. I don't know why he's 1848, but that's my little brother. Now way fading. No way fading Aquino. He's too cheap. And Davis. Aquino's great, especially on Fanduel. Especially on Fanduel, the dude's bare mid. So yeah, you have to. You have to. Thoughts on an Indian stack? It's okay. I would prioritize Chicago, Milwaukee, and then the top two big dogs, Boston, New York. I would prioritize them over. Tampa Bay is my favorite stack with a sprinkle of New York. Yeah, I like it, Kyle. We talked about the prices of Tampa Bay is a little too cheap. They're a good value stack. They're definitely a good value stack. Like the other day, when Torres hit 2 home runs, their prices of New York was ridiculous. Like, I'm surprised every New York player wasn't like fucking 80% owned in cash games. Like, how do y'all let us beat you stacking New York at fucking 3.9? All of their best hitters were 3.9 or less. That's ridiculous. Like, sometimes you got to find that value stack. And Tampa Bay's been solid. They've been great this year. And their offense is decent. I love Aguilar. I love the prices on them mostly. What's up, Cam? What is the top 5? The high 5 is the same as it was before. Just bring in Sam Travis. Instead of Matt Olson, go Sam Travis. High 5, same as the video. If you haven't watched the video yet, the high 5 video is posted right now. The high 5 is the same as of right now, but instead of Matt Olson or instead of Schwarber, Sam Travis. You can replace either one of them. Don't replace Judge. But Sam Travis needs to be put into the high five, 100%. Sneaky stack Oakland. All right, guys. All right, so talk me out of Turnbull, Cam. We don't know. He's coming back from injury. We don't know exactly his leash. So that should kind of get you a little off of him. And GPP, cool. Lakers or the Clippers? Who do you got? Probably the Lakers or the Clippers. I think the Lakers are going to be a tough matchup for the Clippers, man. I think they're going to be a tough matchup for them. I think the Lakers just have, with AD and LeBron, it's going to be tough. I'm leaning Clippers, though. I want to say the Lakers, man, because everybody talks so much shit about LeBron last year because he didn't make the playoffs. Look at who he has. Like, I get it. Like, look what he did with Cleveland with nobodies. Give him some time. He'll be all right. All right. Let's talk about home run predictions, guys. All right. And then I'm going to roll out of here, get back into the slate. All right. All right. So I already talked about guys on the high five video. Some of these names I might repeat. And they could be in any of the slates, night slate, early slate, main slate, blah, blah, blah. There is no early slate, but whatever. Oh, by the way, man, like I kind of wanted to play the happy hour slate, but the contest, when I looked at the contest, I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, what are they trying to do? Like, that's the worst contest I've ever seen. Fanduel has better contests than them. It's ridiculous. Okay. So, Kyle Schwarber is my value dinger at 3.9 against Bassett. I already talked about him in the high five. I love Kyle Schwarber, lefty, righty, wind blowing out in Chicago. So, yes, please. Also love some Oakland guys with the wind blowing out in Chicago. People are going to be going a little bit more Chicago than Oakland, but I definitely like Matt Olson as well. Cody Bellinger, lefty, righty. Great option. Mike Moustakas, we've talked about him a bunch of times. Aaron Judge, JD Martinez, Anthony Rizzo could get one. Let's talk about a few other guys that we like here. Show GPPs. I like him for a home run against Castillo and GPP because nobody's going to play Ohtani versus Castillo. Matt Chapman, Baez, both in that game with the wind blowing out in Chicago, as you know. Rougned Odor, lefty, righty against Savali. Now, I don't encourage you to spend 4.9 on Odor. They were smoking crack when they put his price there. Eric Thames at 4,000, another Milwaukee guy that I like, lefty righty. Grandal I like as well for one, and then a few more. I like Chris Bryant at 4.1. He's too cheap. 4.1 is cheap for a guy like Chris Bryant, man. That's crazy. And then I'm gonna go Nomar Mazara and Yasiel Puig. Nomar Mazara and Yasiel Puig, and that's it. Ohtani probably not in the lineup today. Is he hurt or something? Because I would expect him to be in lefty righty against Castillo. He should be playing. I'm not sure if Bryant's playing. Obviously, keep an eye on it, but I'm expecting him to. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm sorry, drinking my water with this mic right here probably sounds weird as hell. No DA. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it. You're right. Yeah, he might not be in the lineup. If he happens to be in the lineup, I like Ohtani. But mainly the Milwaukee guys I like a lot for home runs. Great spot. I like some Chicago guys with the wind blowing out. And obviously Boston, New York guys. That's pretty all it is. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. I hope I was able to help you guys make your decision. As you know, hit up the website. greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. If you love your boy, drop a like. If you hate your boy, drop a dislike. Either way, drop something. Thank you guys for watching as always, man. Let's smash this shit tonight. Just a brief recap. You want to get as many Boston and New York as you can, but you don't want to sacrifice too crazy on pitching unless you're in GPP. If you're in GPP, going Porcello and Fetty, that's fine. But don't sacrifice pitching too much in cash games. All right? Sneaky stack, we talked about Tampa Bay. We talked about Chicago, Milwaukee, those guys. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Greenlightdfs.com, man. Let's keep this streak going. We're back to another streak. Let's keep smashing, killing the game. Thank you for joining me as always. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. And go watch the high five video and drop a like over there too. Thank you guys for joining me, man. I'm out.